Now let's turn to Texas Republican Congressman Will Hurd. Congressman, thank you for joining us. First off, what is your reaction to what you heard from AG Sessions earlier?
I think he made the right decision in recusing himself from this. You know, any potential impropriety or perceived impropriety, you don't want to have that in an investigation, in future investigations that are so important, that are talking about the integrity of our election systems.
And we're living in a hyper-partisan environment right now. Because of that, do you believe that the American public deserves an independent investigation into a matter like this?
Well, this is going to be an independent investigation. It's important that what's going on in the House and the Senate is bipartisan, that it's thorough, and it's comprehensive.
How can the American trust that it's going to be bipartisan and independent? Shouldn't an independent investigator be appointed, considering all of the political drama there is on Capitol Hill, all of the fighting between the two sides?
Well, here's how this is going to roll out. The acting Deputy Attorney General can make a decision to use one of the 92 U.S. attorneys to be in control of this investigation. Many of those 92 U.S. attorneys were appointed by President Obama and previous presidents. So these are men and women that are committed to protecting the Constitution, that are committed to protecting the integrity of our government. And I also believe that the folks on the House Intelligence and the Senate Intelligence Committee are committed and understand the importance of this, and it's going to do it in a bipartisan way. But we also have to remember that our federal law enforcement have not finished their investigations. And so it's important to allow our federal resources and federal agencies to do their investigation, and then we investigate to make sure that it was done properly.
Are you confirming that there are federal investigations into the White House right now and its connections with Russia?
I am confident that the FBI is doing everything they should be doing in order to protect, in order to fulfill their role within counterintelligence and with counterespionage.
The FBI hasn't officially confirmed that they're looking into the White House, are they?
They shouldn't be confirming this. One of the things that we have to remember is we should be protecting sources and methods. We should be protecting if there is an investigation, that they have the ability to prosecute down the road, and that you also don't drag people's name in that aren't being brought in front of a jury. So this is something that all law enforcement agencies are supposed to do. This is why I appreciate what the men and women in our law enforcement community have to do, and they're doing the right thing. And I know people are frustrated because they would love to get information immediately, but we have to allow the professionals to do their jobs thoroughly and ensure that they're doing it right.
Given everything that's been happening with this administration just in the past 40 days, General Mike Flynn, now Attorney General Jeff Sessions, why should the public trust anybody in this administration right now to police an investigation between it and what happened with Russia interfering into our election?
That presupposes that everybody in this administration was picked by the current president, and that's not the case. Again,
who was not picked by the current president?
The acting Deputy Attorney General. There are 92. Many of the 92 U.S. attorneys were not picked by the current president. I don't think the president has picked any U.S. attorneys. They haven't been confirmed by the Senate. The members of Congress weren't selected, or the Senate or the House were selected by the president. So this is why we have separation of powers, and this is why we have been organized the way we are. And I'm confident that both Republicans and Democrats can work together to ensure the integrity of our election systems.
If Hillary Clinton were in the White House right now, would you be calling for a special investigator?
No, I would be calling for the FBI to continue, or law enforcement to do their work. This came up during the issue of the server in her basement. I don't think anybody's going to ever say that Director Comey and I agree on much. He and I have had some battles over the last 2 years because he and I disagree on many things. But when it came to the issue of Hillary Clinton's server, the goal was to make sure that law enforcement did and completed their investigation before we did any further oversight.
Congressman William Hurd of Texas, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you, Katie.